welcome to your enlightenment program, The Economy and Inside Agriculture, where we focus on how to increase your streams of income through the agricultural value chain. I am Ile Emeje. Agriculture is the main driver of development in most rural areas and by extension, national growth and development of any nation. As a foundation of economic development in most countries of the world, a well-managed agricultural sector can stimulate a nation through high productivity, food security and diversification, ultimately impacting overall economic growth. Consequently, the demand for staple foods, agricultural commodities and increasingly processed food is growing, especially in developing countries, and to meet these needs, the agricultural and food sectors must be modernized. This is because the point of reference for all economic activity is the products and markets on which they are sold. In many economies across the globe, mushroom farming is said to be one of the most economical agricultural practices with huge export value. Exportation of mushroom can generate a highly significant income according to experts. It is known as an important decomposer, breaking down dead organic matter, contributing to nutrient cycling, and a good source of wealth creation as well as a means to boosting a country's gross domestic products, the GDP, and exports. And so in this edition of the Economy and Inside Agriculture, we are taking a look on how to improve the nation's economy through the mushroom value chain. The how to enhance the Nigerian economy. National President, Association of Mushroom Growers, Processors and Marketers of Nigeria, Chief Mike Awuno is my guest, joining me after the promo, and we'll be back shortly.
We are a nation blessed with people of diverse cultures, religions, languages, and opinions. It is ironic that we are now being ripped apart by our greatest strength, our diversity. We have allowed intolerance, insensitivity, bigotry, and nepotism to blind our vision of the greatness we can achieve working together as one. We may not have the same culture, nor religion, nor language, but we all belong to the same nation by the divine will of God. We did not choose to be Nigerians. Nigeria chose us. This nation is our divine heritage, and if we open our eyes, we would realize that what divides us pales in comparison to what unites us. And by the comparison and conciliation of our differences, we will grow until our differences disappear. Our unity cannot be willed by mere declarations, nor do we get unity by ignoring the questions that beg for answers. We must celebrate our diversity and debate our differences without fracturing our unity. Our strength is not in our numbers, but in our unity, because even the weak become strong when united. Nigeria unite.
This message is brought to you by Abuja Broadcasting Corporation, owners and operators of ASO Radio 93.5 FM Abuja, ASO Television DSTV Channel 392, Star Times Terrestrial Channel 127, Free TV Channel 507, People's TV Channel 285, and UHF Channel 38.
So glad to have you join us in this interesting edition of your program, The Economy and Inside Agriculture. Our guest, the National President of the Association of Mushroom Growers, Processors and Marketers of Nigeria, Chief Awuno, is here in our studio and is going to be taking a look on the topic we caption as the relevance of mushroom to our national life. Chief, you are welcome to the program. I'm happy. That's a happy new year.
It's a very great pleasure.
Happy Salah. Happy. We've not seen you for this year.
Yes, of course. But I've been around.
Yes, you've been around doing mushroom business.
I also say congratulations. You are now on the DSTV.
Yeah.
So you have a wider audience, a wider reach.
All right.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. All right, can we start by educating our audience out there on the relevance of mushroom to our national life?
Oh, beautiful. In the Mushroom Association, our greeting is mushroom for food. The response,
Yes.
health and wealth creation.
Health and wealth creation.
Yes.
So if you say mushroom for food, I'll say wealth, health and wealth creation. That's great.
Because mushroom offers a great meal.
Okay.
It keeps you alive because it does a lot of things with your body. With mushroom, you can't think of hypertension or high blood. With mushroom, you can't talk about high sugar or low sugar because mushroom is there to moderate the situation.
As diabetes.
You can't have diabetes
With mushroom.
with why you are eating mushroom. It's not possible. It regulates your sugar. It regulates your blood. The high BP, they call them. There is also low BP.
Yes.
So mushroom is in there to regulate your blood. So it is at a balance at all times. Mushroom is a great nourish. Can you see how young I'm looking? If I tell you my age, you will run away.
You're looking very young.
It is mushroom that is doing all those things. So, what am I trying to say? I am saying that mushroom enhances your health.
Okay.
Now coming to wealth. Mushroom can improve your daily income.
How?
Because you can cultivate mushroom even at the back of your house, by your balcony.
On how many hectares of
It
land?
doesn't need any hectare of land. Because one, you cultivate mushroom in an enclosure, something like a house where the mushroom is cultivated. So if you have a room, just one room, 12 by 13, or how do they call it?
A small room, so to
A
say.
small room. You can cultivate mushroom that keeps you and your family going. It gives
Financially?
Financially.
Unit?
I am telling you, because this is, I'm not telling you from, what I read in the books. I'm telling
You're
you
on the field.
because I am on the field.
Yeah.
A small room where you are cultivating mushroom,
Yeah.
you can be earning income that can sustain you and your family, even without income from any other place.
A small room of mushroom farming.
Yes, a small room of maybe 12 by 12 room.
No, it's normal room now. It's normal room.
Yes, you will be cultivating mushroom and you will be making very good income. Because mushroom is not planted like the corn. It's not planted like the yam. Mushroom is staked.
It's staked.
Have you ever seen a yam barn?
Yes, of course.
You see how they put the
Yes,
yam one
yes,
after
yes,
the other?
yes, yes.
Exactly how you cultivate mushroom.
Oh,
Yeah, you stick it, you tie it one after the other for use of a better language. You tie it one like a yam. You can as well make like a shelf and you put
mushroom.
mushrooms on the shelves. It's
And
not
to grow?
It's, yes, very well. It is not cultivated on the ground. No. That's why mushroom is different. mushroom must be in a house. You know, but the house cannot be like you are living home. Have you ever thought where that, what will I call it now, came from? When
that method or that
no. Is it a slogan or what will I call it? A mushroom house. That when you build something that is not too fantastic, they say, oh, he had just built one mushroom house.
Okay, like yes, I've heard it.
If your church is just growing small church, they say mushroom church like that. You have something, say one mushroom this.
Yes.
Using it, you know, as derogatory.
Yeah.
Because mushroom lives in the house, but you don't expect the house to be as fantastic as a house.
Normal house.
Normal beings are living. Because mushroom doesn't use much of light. So the kind of windows are different.
Maybe an uncompleted building would be better.
Well, an uncompleted building, but even in that state of uncompletion, you still have to, you know, fashion it in a way that mushroom can strive very well, because you don't need much of the sun. Have you ever wondered why mushroom is not green?
It's cream color, white, cream color.
Yes, white. Because it's not a plant.
It's not exposed to the sun or what?
No, it's not. It doesn't make use of sun. It has no need for photosynthesis and the rest of them. It's a fungi. It's not a plant. And if you look the local part of mushroom, growing in the villages and the rest of them.
The one I knew from the village.
You find them in a decaying environment.
Maybe plants that was cut off
trees,
and
plants,
decay.
Leaves.
Yes.
It must be in a decaying environment.
But then people used to see it as food for the very, very poor.
Yes. That's why I tell them that in most of my sensitization programs, you know, when we are just stepping it down, coming down from the professional aspect, I always tell people that mushroom came to Nigeria many years ago. Instead of taking time to farm the mushroom, ask mushroom questions. What are you doing here? How do we help you? How do you help us? They began to look at mushroom as a poor man's food.
For the common man.
You know, why do they say so?
Why?
Because it is the women, especially the widows, whose husbands cannot go to set traps, whose husbands cannot go fishing. So they go around and look at something alternative, and they find it in mushroom. Now, for those people, remember in the olden days, there was no cow meat, this meat, that meat. There's no market meat. It's all bush meat or fish. Yes. So, and if you don't have a husband who sets trap for you, who go fishing for you, you are doing everything by yourself. So everything turns food. That's how they began to look at mushroom. If you now cook mushroom, they will look at you as very poor. Poorest of the poor. Which is wrong. You are even very healthier than them that eat the meat. For the consumption and the fish. Of the you are very much healthier. Mushroom is the only in between. When the vegetarians, they eat mushroom. Those who eat meat and the rest too, they eat meat. So it's neither a vegetable nor meat. But it gives you every protein, vitamin, nutrients that you can find in the fish or in the in the meat.
Do you mean it has enough nutrients, vitamins, proteins, and all that you need in meat and fish?
A very, very high concentration of it. Yes. So, coming to the weird aspect of mushroom, so that I don't digress, I was talking about how you plant it, how you stake it. Within 6 weeks of your planting it, because like I said, you don't plant it on the ground. So for those who want to learn how to plant it, after this program they can contact the producer, and then they can have more information on how to go about it. But you know, every day people look for mushroom now. Every day. Because Nigerians are very good. They are capitalists in nature. They are very good in things that can come from supermarkets. You go to ShopRite now, all these big supermarkets, you will see canned mushrooms. And you can buy one can for 5,000, 7,000.
That's a can?
A very small thing inside. Meanwhile, from the local farmers, you can buy a whole kilo, very fresh of it. You can buy it for 5,000. But this you are buying can that has already been preserved. You know?
And chemicalized.
It's been chemicalized. But because we didn't value the mushroom left us. It left us to some Asian countries, to some European countries, to Southern Africa. And there, they will now farm it, chemicalize it, and bring it to us.
To buy it.
Then we buy it at a very high cost. When you now go to some restaurants, some big hotels, you want to have a starter, they will give you a menu. You look at it, you will see mushroom soup. When you take it, maybe it's only 3 pieces of mushroom will be there. And you pay 10,000. Yes.
As high as that?
Yes. Some lower hotels, 3-star hotels and the rest, they can't have mushroom menu. They can't.
But
because
again,
it's become so expensive that their clientele base cannot afford to order for mushroom. So that's where we have gotten to.
But again, if mushroom is that important as you have explained,
yes,
how come many Nigerians, I don't think many Nigerians are aware of mushroom,
yes,
especially the middle class and the lower class?
No. It's not about middle class, it's not about lower class.
How many Nigerians?
It is about the new generation.
Okay, let's look at the new generation.
Yes.
How many of them are aware of the relevance of mushroom?
They are not, because before they were born, mushroom had left. By the time mushroom came back, it came in packets, it came in, and they don't know it. But there is no community in our country, no community that mushroom doesn't grow. Mushroom has more than 1 million species.
But are we growing mushroom in Nigeria?
That is what the association, that is what the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, that's what they have discovered.
Okay.
And then they came and brought together people who are interested in farming mushroom, people who are already farming mushroom, and then everybody came, and we call them the stakeholders.
Okay.
And that's how the association was created or was formed.
Okay.
The government wants you to let's see, this is a very good non-oil export.
Yeah.
Because we are not an exclusion. We are living in the international community. We are members of the international community. We also know what happens in other countries.
Yeah.
So we know that there are some countries that are making huge income from mushroom. So we now say, okay, let's try and see whether we can do it here too.
No.
That's how the association was created.
Established.
Yes. and I happened to become the first national president.
Okay.
There's a way the government works. There is also the notion of people, and most times it's not correct. Because when government puts things together, they will call you stakeholders in the mushroom industry. It means that you are interested in it, or you are already in it. So they want to see what effort are you making. What effort have you made before they start assisting you as an association?
Your stake, your equity.
Yes. So, but there are so many people who believe that once an association is created by the government, the government wants to dish money.
There's a process to follow.
Yes, and then they come in there, portfolio farmers. We have it in all the associations. Rice, beans, palm, we have portfolio farmers. Their own is to put these things together, find a way of getting money from the government, and then
they leave.
Go into the thin air. And that is what the people think is all about government affairs. But you know, the government wants to see what you do, how you are doing it. And then they will come in to see what effort they can put in. So going back to what we are saying, in a small room of that 12 by 12, you can be making in the neighborhood of 500,000 a month.
A month?
Yes.
A month?
Yes.
500,000 naira a month?
From the sales of your mushroom.
I am so sure that a lot of people are not aware about it.
They are not aware because it is not...
What are you doing as an association, at least, to enlighten the people, given the level of unemployment and the level of poverty in Nigeria?
With what we are doing right now, or before we now step down for a new election to hold, because I've exhausted my tenure.
Okay.
We have not held a new election. But when we conduct a new election, because the government, the ministry, and an association called FACAN, Federation of Agricultural Commodity Association of Nigeria, that conducts this election.
Okay.
When they do it, if we come back, we start from where we stop. If a new management takes over, they will also start from where we stop, because it's to sensitize the public, to let them know you can go into mushroom farming and make a living. It's a very huge export product. Last year I took my time. That's 2024. I was going to China in and out. On the
even Uganda people almost took you from this country.
Well, because sometimes there are people who believe in farming more than some other people. Ugandans, they believe in farming and they believe in hard work, where they are not harder than us. They just that they are trying to live according to their. We are a capitalist country, that to survive, to live in a country like Nigeria, you have to work extremely hard, you know. So that's what it is. On the 10th, I'm receiving, you know, a group of Chinese.
A delegation from...
Yes, who are interested in Nigerian mushrooms and in some other products, but are more of the Nigerian mushroom, because our mushroom is very, very organic. Very, very organic. You know, you don't use fertilizer on mushroom.
You don't mean it?
Yeah, you don't use fertilizer. You don't use
all these GMO
chemicals
and the rest of them.
No. Once you finish the preparation of the mushroom fruit, we call it mushroom fruiting bag, you put it to start the process of producing mushroom. All you need, day, afternoon, night, is to water it.
Okay. One of your raw materials is water. You must have water to water it.
That's all what you need. It doesn't need any other. It doesn't need chemical. It doesn't need herbicide. It doesn't need insecticide.
Just like that?
Yes, it doesn't need insecticide. It doesn't need fertilizer so it can no. Once you do what you are supposed to do, you wait and keep watering, and at a point your motion starts coming.
A lot of people are following us on this program,
and
and
start harvesting. Yes,
they could be interested in mushroom farming, like you said. When you mentioned 500,000 naira a month, every month or 2 weeks?
Every month.
Every month. That's after fruiting or after harvesting.
Yes.
Every month you can make up to, let's say, 300,000 to 500,000.
Yes.
A lot of people may be interested in this. How much do you think it can take an individual to set up a mushroom farm? At least you said you can use a small room in your house or in your surrounding to make at least your
to farm the mushroom.
streams of income, through the farming of mushroom.
Beautiful. It depends on the size. You can put in 10 million. You can put in 20 million. You can also put in 200,000.
For a starter.
Yes.
For a starter.
I
Let's say for a
decided to start
starter.
from the big volume. Well, don't run away. What I'm trying to say is that you can start big. You can also start small. You can start 250,000, 300,000. The important part that is interesting is that your money will not, you will get your money back. It can never
there will
be
be any loss.
No, there will be no herdsmen to come and eat your mushroom. Because herdsmen don't enter inside houses. No matter how the house is small, no matter they don't go there, they only go into the field. So you have no risk of losses.
Do you mean if I have 300,000 naira, I can start a mushroom farm?
Yes.
That can, maybe within a month or two, I can begin to yield my harvest.
If you have 300,000, you can start your mushroom farm within 2 months of starting. You start harvesting.
How about the takeoff? Where am I going to sell my mushroom?
The awareness is that is where the problem lies now.
Yes.
Because everybody is talking about export. Export is in volume. If you don't have enough volume,
you cannot go on export.
You cannot go on export.
Yeah.
And so our main concentration is not just only on export. We're also trying to create the awareness on consumption.
Local consumption.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it is coming up now.
Building up.
Yes. Because if the local consumption is well improved, then for those small holdings, they can cultivate their mushroom and sell it to the local consumers. You know, you can sell your mushroom fresh. You can also sell your mushroom dried. Assuming you harvest today and nobody came to buy, you dry it through the conventional use of sun, or you can have a dryer depending on the size of your farm. You know, but the important thing is to make sure that your product is not contaminated by flies or ants. There is what you can do, you know, a net, you know, or across a table like this, our table now, you can do a net around it and you spread your mushroom under it. It will dry. And then it will be there for a very long period, assuming you did not sell it. But you know, the awareness being created now, as if you go to the association platform, you will see people saying, I have so quantity of mushroom. I want to buy us. With that one advert, you won't see it again.
Buyers will come.
The buyers will contact them.
So it doesn't take time to sell your mushroom?
It doesn't take time. It doesn't take time to sell your mushroom.
Again, I want us to elaborate on this. For those that are interested in mushroom farming, you say I can start with 300,000 and there are off-takers. Assuming I have a mushroom farm and I have harvested, maybe to an extent I need people to buy it and I don't have buyers, can I send them to the association?
This is also some problem of some people.
Because?
You cannot say where you do not belong. What we do is to create a market for our farmers, our members. So for you to be safe, if before you go into farming of mushroom, first find where is the association.
Okay.
Be part of the association.
Oh, you get yourself registered with the association.
Get yourself registered with the association. There are different stages of membership.
Okay.
So depending on your capacity, you can register your small holding mushroom with the small holding amount that is attached to it. And then like that. So when you register with the association, during the process of building your mushroom, some too don't know how to build the mushroom farm.
I was coming to that.
Just like I told you, you have to take cognizance of the windows. You have to take cognizance of the roof.
The environment.
The environment may not bother because once you have created a space and it's inside, it becomes a house, weeds will not come again because you have roofed it. So you are concerned about the roofing. You are concerned about the openings where the small sun can be entering. You are concerned about what material did you use for your roofing. Most of the time, we use the grass, the thatch, to do our roofing because of excessive heat.
Okay.
Because mushroom does not need any excessive heat. You see? So you can be in your mushroom farm and you are sweating.
What if you have a house? Maybe you live in a house, or maybe a 3-bedroom flat, for instance, and a room is vacant. Can you use such for mushroom farming?
You can. The issue is it has to be designed to accommodate mushroom as a farm. That is the difference. If it's a 3-bedroom, for example, as you said, you have a
vacant room.
One vacant room.
Yeah. And I want to use it for mushroom farming.
You want to use it for your mushroom farming? Of course you can. All you need is to be sure that when the experts that helps to look at how you set up your structure, they will look at it and see that your window is not so open. You will look at it that there's enough humidity, because these are the things that are very, very important. You have to see that it's not too bright.
Okay, if I register with your association and I want to go into mushroom farming, what is the guarantee that the association will help me to build my mushroom farming, supervise, monitor till harvesting? Do you have such provision?
The first step when you become a member is that the association will organize training for you and those working for you.
Okay.
For a token. So when you know, because many people go into a business they don't really
understand
know about
the rudiments.
Yes. So they can cheat you. They can do a whole lot of things. It also happens in the mushroom farm. If you pass through the process of training, you know what quantity of water you are spreading in your farm and at what ratio per day. You know the yield, because when you go to the training, you will know what yield that will come out of your farm. It's not like you are doing what do you call it now?
Is it guesswork?
You are not doing guesswork. You would have learned that for so number of fruiting bags, this is the quantity, the kilogram or kilo whatever that will come out of it, of the fresh mushroom.
Yeah.
And when you are drying it, you also know that when you dry 10 kilos of fresh mushroom, you are going to get 1 kilo of dry mushroom. Because, yeah, the mushroom is 90% water.
Yeah.
So when you 10 kilos of the fresh mushroom, when you dry it, you are getting only 1 kilo.
Because the water must have
Because
dried
the
up.
water will dry off. And then that is it. When you are not talking about export,
Yeah.
you are now going to, the experts from their station will let you know what quantity of water that can be retained for a mushroom that you are exporting. It will tell you how you dry the mushroom meant for export. It will tell you how you package the mushroom meant for export.
Export.
Because everything has their procedures. I don't know whether you learned about some people trying to export yam one time,
And it was
some
rejected.
years again.
It was rejected at the international market.
It was even not only rejected. Before the ship got to destination, then they opened the container and
something
see a lot
else.
of maggots coming in.
It was
They have
something else.
decayed. If you also follow Agric journals, you will find out that some people try to export our beans. It was rejected.
Full of woo-woo.
Because of excessive chemical in these
Products.
products, in these beans, and so on and so forth. So, but now, we don't have those complications in the mushroom.
Okay.
Once you know how to cultivate it, you know how to dry it, you know how to package it, it will remain like that. And you know, we have developed products that you may not even need to export your mushroom. We have developed mushroom bread.
Mushroom bread?
Yes, mushroom pie. You know, the best pizzas in this world. You
It's
know,
made from.
It's made from, it contains mushroom.
This is very interesting to
Yeah, are you
hear.
aware of that? The best
I'm
pizzas.
just hearing.
Go to all the pizza joints in Abuja here. Tell them that you want a mushroom pizza that has, you will see the amount you are going to pay in comparison with other brands of
Mushroom.
pizza. And yes, of pizza. You know, pizza, mushroom pizza.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Okay.
Go and check cakes. Cakes made with mushroom. You will find how much you are going to pay.
In other words, we are saying that the mushroom value chain can create enormous wealth opportunities and employment generating opportunities.
Of course. And you know, Nigerians like white collar job. In fact, if you are a mushroom farmer, it's not just white collar. You go with the white agbada because you don't have, you can't be soiled. There's no
I want you
sweat.
to emphasize on that again, because the program is meant to enlighten people to develop an interest in the agricultural sector, and this is one of them. Since there is an opportunity, can you emphasize on that, on what is expected from the production of mushroom, and especially as it has to do with wealth creation and making money? We all love to make money.
Remember the greetings. Mushroom for food,
Health
and wealth creation. You see, mushroom is one farm that if you embrace, you are not going to be weeding. That's what brings some sweat and dirtiness. So when you want to go to farm, you are looking for the clothes that are not very important. Something that
prepare for the go to farm.
Yes, when they see you, everybody will, why do you dress like this? Are you going to farm? Mushroom is not like that. You see, I decided to come in this white to let you know that you can go to mushroom
Farm. like this.
And come out like this and go to other meetings. Because you are not weeding anything. You are not sweating.
Okay.
All you do is to water your mushroom farm. If you are a small holding, you can water it with your hose, with your water hose. If you are a big time farmer, we have sprinklers, special sprinklers that you store in your farm, and your own is just to on the machine, and it sprinkles, it waters the farm for you.
I think we need a lot of mushroom farmers in the Federal Capital Territory and in all states of the Federation as we round up.
If you do that, you can get volume that will require export.
Okay.
If you get small, and then you put them together, it's not up to 1 ton. You cannot be talking of export.
But you can start small to grow big.
Yes, that's exactly what we are seeing. Because right now, the government through the Federal Ministry of Agric has recognized mushroom as a national commodity. You know what that means? It means that the government can invest in it in order to improve the production.
All right.
If you listen to some of our news, you will find out that government gave Rice Farmers Association 17 billion.
Yeah.
They gave a Cassava Farmers Association 21 billion. They didn't just start giving them like that. They
went through the process.
They went through the process.
All right.
We are already now in that process.
And very soon,
very soon,
billions
we are looking at, government giving
government
us
assisting the association.
Yeah.
All right. Mushroom for food, health, and wealth creation.
Don't forget it. Don't forget it.
I won't, I'm good. And that's how far we can go on this edition of the Economy and Inside Agriculture. The guest has been the National President, Association of Mushroom Growers, Processors and Marketers of Nigeria, Chief Mike Awono. Chief, we want to thank you so much for finding time to be on our program.
It's a great pleasure being here. I didn't even know that the time had just gone like this.
Yeah. I think we need to invite you again. We need to invite you again for another enlightenment process. And to our audience out there, we sincerely appreciate your time with us in this edition of the program. Join us again next time, God willing, for another interesting edition of the program. I am Ile Emeje saying, have a great day.